Mr. B, XRP here, and welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Got a bunch of different clips I want to share with you today. We're going to talk about, we're going to do an XRP ETF update. President Trump was in the news a bunch yesterday, and we're going to talk about that. Also, he did make mention of no income tax in the future. I want to touch on that. And a previous Coinbase advisor is also in the news, and I want to discuss that as well. And then Bank of America is coming into crypto, so let's jump into it. Market's finally moving in the right direction today. Let's go over the numbers. Bitcoin now is up to $92,943. Ethereum's at $3,055. Tether's holding comfortably at $1, and XRP's at $2.17. So on the 7-day, Bitcoin is up 6.72%, Ethereum's up 4.80%, and XRP is up 0.11%. So we're moving in the right direction. Looks like in BNB, Binance Coin is up actually 4.56%. So XRP is actually the laggard so far, and let's see if it will catch up with the rest of them. On the ETF tracker, it looks like yesterday there was 41.37 million in daily volume on the ETFs. The total assets under management actually went down. They were at 821 million yesterday, and they're at 788 million today. So looking forward to seeing those break $1 billion here in the near future. This is a clip I have, and it says President Trump introduced his former Coinbase advisor Kevin Hassett as next potential Fed chair. So he keeps touching on this. I had no idea that Kevin Hassett was a advisor to Coinbase, so he's certainly going to be crypto native and crypto positive. But let's hear what President Trump had to say.
So potential Fed chair is here too. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that? Potential. He's a respected person, that I can tell you. Thank you, Kevin.
But he loves teasing it. He just doesn't want to announce it. So hopefully the formal announcement will come out soon. But I think it's going to be great to have someone who has a positive position on digital assets in that position as well. So I think that's going to be great. Jim Cramer, I mean, every time I hear him speak, it's like a whole bowl of crazy. I don't think I'm going to play this whole clip, but listen to how he talks about Michael Saylor.
Houdini has nothing on this man, particularly because in the end, Houdini was punched and he died. He's more David Blaine. I once saw David Blaine's mouth sewed up, and out came the king of spades.
100
this
times.
guy, ace of spades.
You called him a master poker player this morning.
Oh, no, he's amazing.
And you think he'll engineer a squeeze?
Well, it's what he's good at.
Yes.
Look, I mean, what's going on this morning? It's up, okay? I just think that they had a good presentation yesterday, not opaque. It made me feel like maybe they're more of a company than just a Bitcoin accumulator, which is what people are saying. But I just want to put it in context. There are people who are so fixated on MSTR, as we always call it in the trading desk, MSTR, that they're more fixed. I will go so far as to say that NVIDIA is not as important as MSTR. At least
to some, yes.
Yes, to some.
Well, when you are on the hook for these dividends, and they're material,
right? Preferred counts
and your Bitcoin doesn't provide cash flow, and your software business doesn't really provide cash flow,
which is not really a business.
The reserve to you makes sense.
Yeah, I thought it made a lot of sense.
Buys you some time.
Yeah, because you can do a whamma jamma against the shorts. The shorts are pressing it down. You can just do a pincer movement, really surround them. This man knows how to do this stuff. And I'm not talking about like something where Eisenhower generated with
I don't know. I mean, hearing him defend Michael Saylor and Microstrategies, and it's just bizarre. I mean, his behavior is absolutely bizarre. So keeping an eye on that story. It just doesn't seem like it's going to end well on that one. Okay, this was also in the news. Starting on July 4th of 2026, every newborn in America will have their own Trump account opened and seeded with $1,000. And they go on to say, we're creating a whole new generation of capitalists who will experience the benefit of compound growth. So here, listen to Senator Ted Cruz explain these accounts and what they can do for kids.
America will have a personal investment account opened for them. Newborn children will have it seeded with $1,000. Parents and family and employers can contribute up to $5,000 a year in a tax-advantaged account. That money will be invested in the S&P 500 in the stock market, broad-based equity index account. two massive benefits that change this country. Number one, every child in America will experience the benefits of compound growth. Take a little girl born next year. She's born next year. She has the account open for her. $1,000 is automatically seeded. Her parents, her family, or an employer puts $5,000 a year each year into that account. If you assume the historic rate of growth of the S&P 500, which is 7% a year, by the time that little girl is 18, she will have $170,000 in that account. And if she keeps saving, by the time that little girl is 35, she will have $700,000 in that account. That is game-changing, and we're not talking the children of Michael and Susan Dell, the children of Donald Trump, the children of people of great success. We're talking the kids of a single mom waiting tables who could have $700,000 saved by the time she's 35 to get an education, to start a business, to buy a house. That changes their whole lives. But the second benefit, and what I'm really excited about, is we are creating a new generation of capitalists. Every child in America is going to be an owner of the biggest employers in this country. We've all seen the sad statistics of how many kids are losing faith in capitalism. Well, 10 years from now, a little boy is going to pull out his phone and he's going to look at his app and he's going to see his Trump account. And instead of thinking of big, bad, scary corporations, that little boy is going to say, I own $50 of Apple. I own $100 of Dell. I own $75 of McDonald's. And every child is an owner of the biggest employers in this country. That will transform this country. Mr. President, thank you for signing it.
Very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Looks like this is going to happen. I think it's going to be incredible because there's so many young people and even so many older people that are not invested in the stock market, not invested in digital. They're not invested in anything. And I think this is a great way to introduce people throughout their lives to investing. I think this is going to have a major impact on Americans and finance over the years. And this is Michael and Susan Dell. Listen to this. This is they actually donated $6.25 billion. Let's take a look toward this program. Let's hear what she has to say.
This is really exciting.
Absolutely. It's a very special moment. We're making a $6.25 billion investment in America's kids through our charitable funds.
Next year, every American child will be able to get an investment account powered by Invest America.
We've seen what happens when a child gets even a small financial head start. Their world expands.
The real power of these accounts is that anyone can contribute. Parents, relatives, friends, everyone can help shape a child's future.
To philanthropists, companies, community leaders, if you want to be part of something truly meaningful for our kids, for our communities, for our country, join us.
And to parents and caregivers, stay tuned and get ready to activate your child's account. Every contribution can grow over the years, just like your child.
Together, we can make possibility something every child can count on.
And that's a future worth investing in.
Wow, I mean, that is just absolutely amazing that they donated $6.25 billion. I mean, it's mind-blowing. I mean, wow. We'll see who else does anything like that, but I like the potential impact this is going to have on the United States and the people of the United States. Okay, Trump said yesterday there may be no income tax in the future, and I know everyone's interested in this one. Listen to this.
That at some point in the not too distant future, you won't even have income tax to pay because the money we're taking in is so great, it's so enormous that you're not going to have income tax to pay.
Boy, I don't know anyone that wouldn't like that to happen. I don't even know if that's possible. I live in the state of Florida, and our governor, DeSantis, is trying to eliminate property taxes right now. And I'm interested to see how he's going to handle that, how he's going to pay for fire and police and teachers and all that other stuff, and support schools and not pay state property tax. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. But there are some really amazing things being discussed in Washington that have never been discussed before, and they're to our benefit. That's awesome. So this was in yesterday. 1.7 trillion. Bank of America just announced it's starting to recommend Bitcoin to their clients. Well, Bank of America is here. And look, we know that Bank of America has been a Ripple partner behind the scenes for years. Let's hear this clip.
Bank of America will begin endorsing crypto ETFs for select clients. The firm's chief investment office will start recommending a digital asset allocation of 1 to 4% to interested Merrill, Private Bank, and Merrill Edge clients. Beginning January 5th, the company's advisors will be able to recommend a handful of Bitcoin ETFs from different asset managers. The company's head of investment solutions group says the update came from a growing client demand for access to digital assets, while its chief investment advisor emphasized the allocation is for, quote, investors with a strong interest in thematic innovation and comfort with elevated volatility.
They can't, the demand is there, and they can't keep saying no because their customers are going to go elsewhere. So look, it's starting out with Bitcoin. I'm sure it'll expand out to other digital assets, including XRP as well. This was another great one. SEC Chair Paul Atkins announced on CNBC that the innovation exemption for crypto firms like Ripple will be implemented in January. I'm going to play this. It might be a little bit low. I don't like the audio, but let me try it.
And do you think that can happen before the end of the year?
Well, we'll see. We're working with Congress, and we're providing what we call technical assistance to them regarding legislation to make sure that they're staying on what makes sense and that meshes with other laws.
Apologies, it's so low.
And we'll see. I can't prognosticate that, but we have enough authority to drive forward. I'm looking forward to having an innovation exemption that we've been talking about now. We'll be able to get that out in a month or so is what I'm hoping. We were impeded a bit by the government shutdown. Obviously, we couldn't work on things during that.
So they're going to do some sort of innovation exemption for crypto firms. Now, in this post here on Twitter, Jack the Rippler put in like Ripple. Obviously, Paul Atkins didn't say like Ripple. That wasn't part of anything that he quoted. Who's quoted as saying. But that's going to be interesting because that's going to kind of take the restraints off of a lot of companies that have been hanging back. And as long as they know that they're not going to have any actions taken against them, that's going to be a big deal. So that will be a good thing to see have happen. This was also in this morning huge. The UK now classifies crypto as property. So a new law now recognizes crypto as legal property, giving holders the same rights as traditional assets, like the ability to own, inherit, and recover them. So that's a big one coming out of the UK. And the last thing I want to say is, if you know anybody or yourself, if you're looking to learn more about digital assets, if you're new to digital assets, or you want to help someone learn about digital assets, I always talk about my digital asset program. It's called Blockchain Bootcamp. It's not a trading course at all. It's an educational course to learn about digital assets, blockchain, how they began, what they do, what they can do in the future to help people level up their knowledge. I actually took my 8 years of digital asset experience on my own, and I compressed it in a 90-minute program. I also have curriculum guides for my 2 different programs. I have one for retail investors, and I have one for financial advisors as well. And you can even go to my site right now, cryptocoachnick.com, and I made this one free to watch. It's called Bitcoin Price History. So I just explained the price history of Bitcoin, so you get a taste of what the program is all about and how it works. So cryptocoachnick.com, and also if you use the discount code XRP589, you will get a 25% discount. That's it for this one, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. My videos are for entertainment and educational purposes only. See you next time. Bye-bye.